Carmelo Anthony's ascent and decline. Only 8 players scored more points than him, and he won 3 Olympic gold medals and a national title in college. But many NBA fans still view him as a loser because he had no success in the playoffs. Here are Carmelo Anthony's ascent and descent. Carmelo's youth in drug-ridden Baltimore, populated by criminals, firearms, and drugs, resembled a scene from The Wire. Basketball provided Carmelo with the getaway he was seeking. Welcome back everyone. In today's video, we will be discussing the ascent and decline of Carmelo Anthony. Let's begin. His point guard skills and shooting touch were established during his middle school years as a slender point player. However, Anthony saw a significant growth spurt, grew to a height of 6 feet 8 inches, and was awarded Baltimore Player of the Year in 2001. He averaged 23 points and 10 rebounds a game as a junior, but Melo had to transfer schools since he frequently missed classes and received subpar grades. And it ended up being a disguised gift since Melo joined the squad after he went to the renowned Oak Hill Academy, which helped Oak Hill become the most watched high school team in the US. It resembled the NBA Finals when they faced off against LeBron James and his St. Vincent-St. Mary team. The nation's top juniors and seniors competed in front of 110 spectators and 200 media representatives. Both players lived up to the expectations, and the contest went down in basketball history. With 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 12-27 shots, LeBron scored 36 points. Anthony scored 34 points on 14-25 shots while putting down 11 rebounds. Melo was accepted to every major college after dominating the McDonald's All-Americans in games and taking first place in the Sprite dunk competition. However, because of his strong bond with coach Jim Boeheim, he picked Syracuse University. Averaging 22 points and 10 rebounds per game, Carmelo had one of the best freshman seasons in NCAA history. The NCAA tournament record for the most points scored by a freshman in the NCAA Finals was set by Melo's 33-point outburst against the University of Texas in the Final Four. Melo was Syracuse's leading scorer, rebounder, and player in terms of minutes played. Even though he intended to attend college for 3 more years, Melo had already reached the summit when his favorite coach Jim Boeheim persuaded him to enter the NBA. The world anticipated that the Cavaliers would select LeBron with the first overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft, while Detroit would select Carmelo at the number 2 spot. The Pistons then made a shocking decision to select European prospect Darko Milicic, which caused the Denver Nuggets to select Anthony 3rd overall. There was no way to stop Carmelo Anthony, not even as a rookie. A defender could go back and let them shoot an outside shot when LeBron was on the court, but when Carmelo was involved, it was too late. The man had every offensive weapon at his disposal, and regardless of what the defense did, he'd still managed to score. Melo is so explosive that if you put a heavier gun on him, he would drive right by it. He would post them up and bully them on the way to the hoop if you put a smaller defender in his way. Or he would make a silky smooth mid-range shot. With 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, Anthony led the Nuggets and became just the 4th player in the history of the NBA to win all 6 Rookie of the Month accolades in a single campaign. LeBron, who defeated Anthony for the title of Rookie of the Year, was also named Rookie of the Month 6 times in the East, despite James' somewhat lower stats and the Cavaliers missing the playoffs. With the Olympic victory and being around Kobe and LeBron, we noticed a more mature Melo, who trained the Irish differently and brought veteran point guard Sean C. Anthony played the finest basketball of his life, and Billups also contributed. The Nuggets achieved their best season record in 20 years by winning 54 games, and Melo gave up shots to help the club succeed. The Nuggets then defeated the Hornets 4-1 to advance past the first round of the playoffs. Carmelo played the best postseason series of his career in the second round, before returning to Los Angeles in the conference finals. The Nuggets tied the series at 2-2. Denver struggled the rest of the way, and the Lakers won the series to proceed to the championship game. It was the best season in recent Nuggets history despite the defeat. As Carmelo entered his prime, Denver fans anticipated a quick trip into the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, all they received was a crushing letdown. Although Carmelo averaged 30 points per game in 2010, the Nuggets were eliminated in the first round. Again, Carmelo and Coach Carl had disagreements the entire 2010 and 2011 seasons. He was suspended once for refusing to quit the game when the coach yelled at him, so Carmelo chose to request a trade. Denver fans' skepticism soon escalated into outright hatred. A contract extension was not what Anthony wanted. His preferred team, the New York Knicks, was where he wanted to play. That became known as the melodrama following months of media squabbles and public altercations. The Nuggets concluded that trading Carmelo was preferable to losing him for nothing 3 months later. They made several trades to send Anthony to New York Knicks, costing the Knicks a lot of money for a player they could have obtained for nothing if they had waited for a half a season. But now that they wanted Melo, he also wanted them. Even though he plays with the strongest team of his life in Amari, their risk does not succeed. Anthony and Durant were considered American athletes most suitable for foreign tournaments during the London Olympics. Melo's 37 points in 15 minutes against Nigeria were a true masterpiece. He shot like he was entranced. As soon as Team USA won another gold, he started to improve once more, reaching his peak during the 2013 post-Olympic NBA season. Jason Kidd's inclusion in the Knicks offense helped to stabilize it, and Carmelo flourished as a finisher instead of dribbling the ball as frequently as he once did. Anthony converted several long twos into threes, averaging 28.7 points per game, which helped him with the NBA scoring champion. The Knicks won 54 games, their greatest performance since 1997, and he played the most effective basketball of his career. Even though Carmelo was an all-star 12 times and had over 250 points, the worst and most humiliating thing was that no one wanted to sign him for the rest of the season. Carmelo remained without a team for the duration of the full season. Melo hadn't yet played professional basketball when the following season began, but that changed after a few roster injuries. After a one-year break, Melo resumed his stellar play after finally putting his ego aside and adopting a team mentality. He developed into a reliable role player who can make plays without the ball, hit threes, and at least try to be active defensively. He later signed with the Lakers and joined his lifelong friend LeBron James after spending 2 years in Portland. At the age of 37, Melo had his best shooting percentage with Lakers, proving that he was still an offensive wizard and rather inefficient during his heyday. So what will Carmelo leave behind in his career? In his prime, Melo was probably the NBA's best isolation scorer. Even Kobe considered him the hardest player he had ever had to guard. He was a tall player with quick first steps, flawless footwork, deceptive athleticism, soft shooting, and a relentless drive to score, making him a walking basket. When the NBA was at its slowest and teams rarely scored more than 100 points, he averaged 25 points per game while playing for the Nuggets. His 25 points were therefore worth more than they are now. The issue is that the Nuggets and Knicks failed to put together very strong teams around him over the years. Melo has always had reliable partners, but he has never had an 8-man rotation to challenge the championship seriously. However, Melo himself played a significant role in the fact that he only won 3 postseason series throughout his career. He was too obstinate, constantly at odds with the coaches, too egotistical to switch to the power forward position and alter his offensive diet, and too lazy to continue playing defense. Every coach wants their best player to also be the team's leader. Carmelo claimed he wanted to be the Nuggets' leader, but the fact that he only played hard on one side of the ball made it clear that he couldn't do it. Coaching him entailed overcoming his defenses and making up for his attitude. After 6 years of coaching Carmelo, George Karl claimed in his book that the biggest what-if of his career was what if the Pistons had selected him as the 2nd overall pick instead of Darko. The 2004 championship was won by H. Roy, with Milicic contributing garbage time. After that, they attended 3 other conference finals and another final. They probably would have inspired Carmelo to improve as a defender and player if he had been on their team with all those veterans around him. Additionally, his scoring helped the Pistons win at least 1 or 2 more championships. If Carmelo had won 3 NBA championships in addition to his 3 Olympic gold medals and 3 NCAA championships, the basketball world might have had a different opinion of him. However, this never materialized, and as a result, his game and legacy ended up being comparable to that of tremendous scorers Tracy McGrath and Bernard King, who never had playoff success. That is all for this video. We will be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. Until next time.